Ciao Tesla people, I'm at the supercharger in Florence. I'm charging because tomorrow I'm going to do a long road trip, 400 kilometers back to Abruzzo. And I wanted to talk about an undocumented change that was discovered in the last software update that I did. It's the 2024.38.6. So let's first start the charging and we'll talk about it. Okay, so let's open the port and let's charge. And blue, blue, blue. Green, cool. So let's see how much it's charging. And it's ramping up. I'm at 24%. 120, 144. Pretty good, 145. Which is pretty much the max here because this is a 150 kilowatts charger and there is nobody. Pretty cool. Yeah, actually, on the navigation coming here, when I was preheating the battery, it told me that there were eight free stall. So it's good. So the undocumented change that people discovered is about third-party chargers here in Europe. So when I need to charge to a non-Tesla charger, what I do usually I use the apps. There are several apps, so many apps for charging. Here I can show you. This is my list of apps. Okay, and I could have more, but it's difficult to keep track. And the reason for that is because charging is becoming very expensive, especially here in Italy compared to other places in Europe, and that's because there is a real monopoly of the roaming company, main company that is in Italy, which is Enel. And so they hike the prices for roaming, and so everybody are on that network. If you want to charge to another one, when you have a plan for another company, you have to pay more. So it can't do anything about it. So the change that they did is listing chargers inside the navigation. So if you go to the navigation, okay, so if you put it here, actually, yeah, here there is charging, okay? So the list of charging. So if I push charging, it not only gives me the superchargers, so this guy here, and then there is another supercharger in Campi Bisenzio, this is a new one. It has 250 kilowatts charging. I didn't go this one yet, but there is a list of, for example, Free2X that has 300 kilowatts, and Ewiva, 350 kilowatts, B-Charge, 110, NLX, 50. There is Hotel, 22, and these are not destination chargers. This NLX is the main distribution operator here in Italy. Then there is B-Charge here. This is from a petroleum company, Eni, which is weird. Hotel, NLX, Hotel, NLX, Supercharger Barberino, 250 kilowatts, 048. How much is here? 047. Cool. What else? Yeah, there are not all the networks because here I'm missing many that I know in Florence. So let me see if there are on the map. Yeah, here, for example. Oh, no. This is the supercharger where I am right now. 7. Free, because one is occupied by me. And then there are 3 here. This is the other supercharger in Campi Bisenzio. But I wanted to see if on the map they're showing icons for, yeah, here they're showing icons. You see, there is a one or 3, depending on how fast is the charger, in Florence. Okay, and if you zoom in, there are 2, 1. Okay, so it looks like they are appearing on the map, which is a great addition, because we didn't have that list. It was a feature that we here in Europe we requested, because the superchargers are not everywhere, and there are much more third-party chargers, and that's why people buy charging plans from other companies. For example, right now I'm using Iron Go, which I paid 127 euros for 250 kilowatts of charging. That's pretty much almost 50 cents. At the supercharger I pay 47. So and I can tell you that the issue is about NLX, because the last year I was paying 30 cents. This is a charger for high-speed charger, so cheaper than the supercharger. The supercharger was more expensive, almost 50% more expensive. Now it's the opposite. If you want to go to if you don't have a plan, a good plan, you pay 65, 75, 85, 90 cents per kilowatt hour at third-party chargers. So superchargers are cheaper, okay? And that's unfortunately how it's here in Italy. In Europe, in some places are like that, but in some places are very cheap. They have a charging station at 0.30 and something cents per kilowatt hour. So that's the big change, that the undocumented change that the 2024.38.6 brought. I saw other Tesla user around Europe mentioning this too. I think it was a guy from Belgium, Germany. I think another one from Sweden and France, something like that. You know, it was all over Europe, which is good. So it's good so that when I go to places where there is no supercharger, for example, where I'm going right now, tomorrow, in Abruzzo, there is no supercharger. There is one in Carsoli, but it's far away from me, from where I'm staying, and the closest one is, I think, 60 kilometers, so I cannot go there just to charge. So in the town where I'm staying, there are two big chargers, Ewiwa and B-Charge. Ewiwa is 150, B-Charge is 110, and there are a bunch of small ones. I think there is a 50 kilowatts near Pesco Costanzo, where I'm going to. And all the other ones are 11 or 22 kilowatts, the small ones. But without a plan, you pay a lot, even if AC charging, which is freaking annoying, okay? And that's it. So that's the undocumented change for that software update. I'm going to finish to charge, so I'll see you in a bit. So I'm done charging. Everything went well, 95%. So ready to go tomorrow, so I can stop only one time. Again, check my Tesla referral. If you are in Europe and you buy a Model Y, until the end of the year, they give you free supercharging, which is pretty good. And in addition, if you use my Tesla referral, you get 500 euros or dollar if you're in US discount. So please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, share it, and I'll see you on next video. Ciao Tesla people.